Hello everyone, this is Sean and welcome to a brand new episode, a brand new series of Rimworld. We are going to do something a little different with this series. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work, but the whole goal here is that we're going to run two colonies from the very start. We're going to run two parallel colonies right next to each other and see if we can manage to get some excitement going on in there. Now to do that, I've set up a custom scenario. It's called the double farm start scenario because I'm just hoping to do some farming basically. 4 pawns will start out, but they'll immediately split up to form 2 colonies. And in order to make that happen, we are going to throw in a couple of camels so the caravan can take everything to the second colony. But one thing that happens when you're running multiple colonies is the events are split up between those 2 colonies. And so if we were to do that just under the normal circumstances, we would only have basically nothing would go on. Each colony would only get half the normal events, and that's not really any fun. So what I've done is I've added in a lot of events. You can see all the details of this in the notes section. Basically on every video, the commentary section is going to have this, or the notes, or whatever you call it, the stuff I put in there, the description. But we're going to have an enemy raid every 4 days. We will have an orbital trader arrive every 5 days. There'll be a psychic ship crash every 7 days. There'll be an infestation every 11 days. And then there'll be a psychic soothe event every 12 days. So the orbital trader and psychic soothe, those will make things a little easier, obviously. But every 4 or more days, we're going to have an additional raid or psychic ship crash or whatever. And this is all on top of the normal events that Cassandra has happened. So things might get a little crazy. But I think separated between 2 colonies, hopefully it'll be pretty standard. Now, those aren't the only challenges I'm putting in here. I'm also going to not allow building turrets and not allow building traps. So no kill zones and no little mazes or anything. Not that I really use traps, but we're going to restrict our defensive capabilities as well. So for the starting, basically I took actually I didn't even quite double it. 1600 would have been a double of the silver. But I basically doubled most of the stuff from the crashland start. A little less silver, 48 would have been double medicine, but close enough to doubling everything that you start with. I doubled the survival rifle and knife so I could have decent weapons. I added in 2 dromedaries so we could start producing pack animals right from the very start. And then I threw in 600 kibble as well so that way the dromedaries can have something to eat. I think this steel and wood is the stuff that's scattered around the map where you start, so our first map is going to have a little bit of an advantage over our second map. But that's how it goes. Same with the map is scattered with. You don't get those things on the other one as well. So there is our start, and let's go take a look at the map. So we are going to go Cassandra Extreme Permadeath, of course. Why wouldn't we do that? Oh, poker. I used to manage a poker room, so we're going to take that as a fortuitous sign there. We're going to bump it up to 50%, of course, so we can have a little larger map to choose from when we're looking for our spot here. So basically, I want to find 2 neighboring, probably large hill, desert spots, preferably near a advanced town. I like that. What's this right here in the center of the map? What are those? Oh, tundra. Oh, so this must be high elevation or something. Unfortunately, there's not really any hilly spots there. Stuff at the equator is probably going to be too hot for me, so I don't think I'm really going to want to do that. But let's take a look. Maybe these are a higher elevation or something. See, that's a pretty reasonable temperature spread there. That is a mountainous spot, though. I don't really want mountainous. If we go to, like, let's see, those are all mountainous too. Jeez, we have a very mountainous map here. That is, okay, large hills right there. Slate and sandstone, that's okay. Temperature range, reasonable. I kind of would maybe like it a little warmer, but, oh, that's mountainous, so that's no good. Now we're getting further away from the towns. I definitely want to have a town nearby. Alright, well, I'll keep an eye on that area over there, but I still think we can find something better. Maybe not. This desert up here is probably all too cold because it's really far north. This one is only near the one town. There's a reasonable temperature range. What's going on with the deserts down south here? Again, they're probably going to be too cold. Like in here. 3-degree winter temperature. Yeah, I want more than 20 days of growing. So I guess this was the spot we were looking at that's not too unreasonable. We are nice and near all sorts of different stuff. Marble and sandstone, limestone, marble and slate. All right, you know what? I'm going to say these spots are going to be good right here. So we're pretty close to a couple of those towns. Then we have that one over there as well. And then we also have the tribal town that we can go to if we need to. Great, we're going to leave the map size at standard to where we don't have to worry about changing that. And let's go ahead and go to generating our pawns. Right, so with our 4 pawns here, we're going to have 2 for each colony, so we do need to try to balance out the skills as well as we can, but I'm not going to go nuts trying to get perfect skills. So far, I like this one that we're looking at here. I just need to pair him up with somebody who's probably going to have medicine and hopefully growing. And I think the rest we can kind of leave on our own. Yikes, this pawn is no good. I'm just going to re-roll. No, we'll re-roll that one as well. This one might be good to pair up for our second colony. So we're looking for medicine and growing. I wonder if these two are going to go well together. Not really. Wow, Engie has got all sorts of... I've never seen that. Right eye, permanent gunshot injury. I've never seen one of those before. And you've got an artery blockage, so we're going to re-roll you as well. All right, so here we were looking for construction and growing, right? You don't have those things. Yeah. Ooh, this one seems pretty good. And here, so we need, there's growing. I think we could probably do without construction if it really comes down to that. I mean, people will build their construction skill as it is. So, good fighter, cook, mining, and crafting. And you have growing, research, and medicine. All right, I'm going to say you two go well together. Over here, you have cooking and construction, so we need medicine and growing out of our final pawn here. Medicine. Can't have 2 brawlers, that's for sure. You definitely need to be able to shoot. You don't have any other skills. I need somebody who can shoot. That one might have been able to, and I clicked it too fast. Boy, a lot of 0 shooting. Alright, shooting, potential to cook, construction, and, oh, but you have cooking and construction. What I need is growing, and you don't have any growing skills, so I need shooting and growing. You could, but you're an alcohol addict. I don't want that. I don't want that artery blockage. Shooting, I need growing. There we go, shooting, growing. You know what, I'm going to say that's good there. Alright, so I've already got the names set up for these pawns here based on viewers from our previous series. So we are going to do, this is going to be Taste Bud, except there's not enough room for all that, is there? So this is from Taste Bud Tea, I think is the viewer name. Over here, this is going to be Arctic Volk. So that's a Volk from Arctic Volk, our friend. Over here, this is going to be from our great viewer, Edward Hammonds, the second, I think. So it's going to be Hammonds. Great. And finally, our shooting friend Rastacoon. So Rasta, welcome to Twin Oases. All right, there's our 4 starting pawns, 2 shooters, 2 melee. They're gonna split up. Let's roll those dice and see what happens when we start that map up. And the game crashes when I do this, so I'm going to not record me pushing start and making us wait. We'll see when we land here. All right, here we are. Let's see what our desert looks like. Yeah, looks like a desert, that's for sure. So, plenty of growing space up here. That's real nice. This looks like it could be a good defensible area. Pretty easy to build a wall around it. I could build a starting wall just kind of right in here. So I think that will be our original setup location there. Can use that for our growing. So let's go ahead and unforbid all this stuff. Whoops. A lot of stuff to unforbid here. Unforbid all that wood. Great. Now, in order to make all this stuff accessible for our caravan, we have to put it inside a stockpile zone. So we are just going to do this one massive stockpile zone that will contain all of these things. Is that everything that we started with? It looks like that's all of our starting stuff within that stockpile zone. Great. So now let's go to world. And we click on our colony, right? So we're going to go north, east, south, west. So we'll go southwest. We will form caravan, southwest. And it's going to be Tastebud and Hammonds are going to go off onto their own. They're going to take the 2 camels so they can carry enough stuff. And we're basically going to take all the kibble. And we're going to split everything else. I probably should have these guys take their, but you know what? They can just take their weapons like that. That'll be fine. And then we're going to take half of pretty much everything else. So 30, 30, 20, 220. I'm not really carried about those I don't really care about those chunks. That's already got them over capacity, huh? And they don't have any silver yet. So what have I done to make this not work right? 30, 30, 20. It's probably having to carry those weapons, I suppose. But you'd think that since they're going to be carrying the weapons on them. All right, so let's take that down to 120. That still has them over capacity. So we'll take that down to 200. Still over capacity. Well, that's a little frustrating because they don't have any of the silver yet. They're definitely going to need 600 silver. So I need to get 11 out of there. These components are really heavy, so we'll drop that down to 25. And I guess these survival meals are heavy as well. And then we'll just drop the rest of it out of the... there we go. Wow, only 340, huh? But the whole point of having the kibble is to feed the animals, and it would be pretty silly to not have that when they have all the animals. So you know what? We're going to leave some silver behind as well. I say leave some silver behind as well. There you go, 500. And then, wow, that still doesn't get all of it. I guess this steel is a little heavier. I could make this easier by just having them pick up that gun and reduce some of the weight there. Now that's weird. Why would you do that to me? 190. All right. Didn't I have it set to 200? And you said that was too much? Oh, okay. I guess that's exactly the right amount. But I do want to get all that kibble, so I guess that was, I guess that might have been part of the problem. There we go, so we're at 600 there. And can we go 195, 197, 199? Great, all right. And how much more? What, 1, 2, 5? There we go, perfect. Okay, accept. All right, so now these guys will set up their caravan, and that is Tastebud and Volk that are going, right? Wait, now you're wandering. Wait, everybody's wandering. No, Hammonds is preparing to leave. Didn't I set two pawns to prepare to leave? God, how did I screw that up? Form caravan. Okay, so Rasta and Volk are staying. Okay, so I do have it done right. All right, Volk, you are melee, so take a knife, and Hammonds. No, Rasta, take that survival rifle. There we go. Great. All right, so you two have got your stuff. We're going to build our little colony over here. So let's set up a couple of beds. That's the first thing you want to do, is set up 2 beds. So we'll do that. And you know what? I guess we'll do that. And then we're going to build a wall around that with wood, I suppose. There's not really a whole lot of stuff to work with at this point. And we'll put a wooden door on there. And we'll let you guys do that. Let's set some of these trees to be cut down as well. You can be cut down even though you're not fully grown. I don't like cutting down stuff that isn't fully grown, but we don't really have a lot of choice at this early phase of the game. And, oh boy, not much to choose from down here in the desert. I guess that's why it is a challenging biome, isn't it? I love Rasta is doing all the cleaning. I love how nobody has anything assigned for their responsibilities at this point. Everybody can do everything right now. Don't be so picky. And I'm not even sure which 2 are staying. I've already forgotten. I know we just got done looking at that. Let's just set everybody to everything. It doesn't matter. Plant cutting and crafting and all those things is all good. All right, so they're still getting their caravan ready. We want to get these things built, and then we definitely need to get some food planted. So we will delete this zone up here a little bit just to make room for food, and then we will plant excuse me, plant some food in here. So we'll do berries. I don't think we're going to have anybody that's going to be capable of planting berries yet, but we'll set that up for when they are. It means we're not going to be able to plant any heal root right away either, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge. So potato plants, of course. How about rice? Rice. There we are. And then I guess we can do some corn for now, although that's going to take forever to grow. And maybe we should do another potato because it will grow quickly. There we go. Potato. You're already set for potato, and then let's even set up a cotton, just so we can get started on cotton for clothing, because we might need to make some clothing before too long. Perfect. All right, and now hopefully our 2 pawns will get ready to go start their new colony any moment now. Yep, looks like they're ready. See ya, Hammond and Tastebud. Been good knowing you, and then we'll pop over and get your colony started up here as well in just a moment. That means I can delete this giant thing and start setting up actual stockpiles. So we're going to want to expand the roof area like that, so we can have like wood stockpiles going there. And no, not dumping stockpile zone. Okay, so a mobile caravan, huh? Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't really matter that you're immobile or not because you're going to settle there. Great. Hopefully this doesn't crash. All right. Well, it didn't crash, so that's good. I guess it only crashes when you're going from the character generation screen. And here is how our second map looks. Well, this is not as promising when it comes to growing areas. That is going to be a bit of a challenge. I guess down here we have a decent growing area. We have a pretty good growing area over here. I guess I could build an off-center base over here to start with. But you know, I just don't think that's going to be enough through here, because like I'd really like to build my base in here. This is a really defendable area, or even up in here where it's really defendable, but I just don't have enough growing potential close to those areas. So I'm going to want to be using this as my growing zone. There's really no question about that. So I could take advantage of this existing building. And actually up here looks pretty good for a starting defensive area. All right, so we'll do that for our starting area. So let's just set a simple wall kind of a thing right there, and then we can roof that off. And then we'll go ahead and put a couple of beds in here. And that'll be good for that. So we can let you two go. Animals, I guess we could let our animals just wander for now. Eventually we're going to want to close off where they're going to be wandering at. But keeping them fed is going to be really difficult. So let's set up some growing zones for this colony as well. That, and of course I don't think we have anybody competent at growing over here either, so it's not like we're going to be able to start out with berries or heel root or anything, which is, you know, kind of a shame, but we are trying to run a difficult colony. So strawberries, yep, thank you, I get it, and corn and rice, and then we'll do that one to cotton. I'll say cotton right there, there we are, and we're going to delete that part of the zone. Very good. All right, so that's all exciting. We need to get a roofed off area for our wood storage and whatnot. So we'll just do that right there, and we're going to go stockpile zone, and we'll just put it like right that, and that should get roofed off before too long. How are things going over here? They're still gathering everything up to go to... Now, what? Did I make this the stockpile zone? What the... Delete. How did I not set up a legitimate stockpile zone over here? Zone area, stockpile zone. There we go. Just like that. We have a stockpile zone that's covered off by the roof. So I don't need to worry about that. Looks like they're doing a decent job of planning everything, so we'll let them just gather all that stuff up. Right, between episodes I will set up a bunch of instructions for what these guys should be doing. I'll set up the overall plans for my basic bases so we can get started on that. And let's see, we started on, we must have started on the 6th of spring because it's already the 7th for some reason. Maybe we started on the 7th. Yeah, I guess it's 14 hours, so we must have started on the 7th. But that means we can expect our first raid at the 11th, so it's not really going to take that long. And things are going to get exciting here pretty quick, I would say. But that's the whole point, isn't it? To have an exciting and dangerous setup here. But I think it's going to be pretty fun trying to run 2 colonies at once. Hopefully I don't make too many mistakes and forget too many things. If you watched Zippy's Folly or Fallville or Sago Lago or really any of those, you know that I do make plenty of mistakes. And I wouldn't expect that to change anytime soon. Whoa, that's not really what I wanted to do. I want to delete that. And I wanted to click on you. There we go. And I wanted to go to... setting up a dumping stockpile zone over here as well, just so we can have somewhere to dump all that stuff. Great. Well, this is off to an exciting start, and I hope you will stick with this series. If you are just watching our first episode of this series, please subscribe. I will bring out new episodes every day, 6 days a week. I take Mondays off now, but 6 days a week you're going to be getting at least one new episode. I don't know. I might start doing it, 2 on this. I can't really say for sure. But be sure to subscribe, and I always appreciate it if you like these videos using the like button down below, and leave some comments in the comment area. I really enjoy talking with everybody about these videos, and also that's how you get your name in here. Arctic Volk, Rasta Coon, Tastebud T, and Edward Hammonds all came from viewers who left nice comments in the previous series. So leave some comments in this one. When we work down the list, you'll probably get your name in there. If not, you'll get your name at the top of the list for the next series. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.